We have arrived at one of the most divisive challenges plaguing equine academia to this day. I have poured countless of hours of research, thousands of dollars of government funding, and thrown numerous graduate students at this particular question at the hopes of cobbling together a mere semblance of an understanding of this enigmatic trait. So now here in Advanced Horse Studies, let's take our best shot to come up with, what is a cutie mark? With such a formidable task ahead of us, the only thing to do is start at the most easily digestible chunk of data we can muster. Please open your textbooks to the definition of a cutie mark, and you'll find that a cutie is you, girl. I am so sorry. And mark means, oh my god. Yeah, I am not reading all that. Who do you think I am, Shakespeare? Looks like we need an actual teacher, a guest lecturer, to take it from here. Miss Cheerily, could you please elucidate the subject to the class?
A cutie mark appears on a pony's flank when he or she finds that certain something that makes them different from every other pony. Discovering what makes you unique isn't something that happens overnight, and no amount of hoping, wishing, or begging will make a cutie mark appear before it's time.
Oh my god, what the fuck do you want, Tiara? I'm trying to listen to the lecture. So as is established in the equestrian educational system, a cutie mark is a symbol that appears seemingly to designate a special talent or skill that sets them apart from every other pony. Notice how it does not mention that it is linked to a pony's destiny. Now that's all well and good, but are we able to scientifically determine what these emblems are made of? Chemical composition, elemental makeup, and whatnot. Unfortunately, the answer is no, since no pony seemed to want to allow me to get into close proximity to their flank with a needle and a vial. Now I'm not allowed back at that Starbucks in particular. Science is so misunderstood these days. Equestrian magic is the most logical explanation as to how these logos manifest onto a horse's hindquarters. They reveal themselves after a significant life event, a moment of self-actualization, epiphany, or other memorable milestone. Let's run down some basic facts for what we know beyond a shadow of a doubt about cutie marks. Ponies are not born with cutie marks. Newborns and foals begin their life's journey as a blank flank, not derogatory. At this stage, individuals are in development. Long-lasting personality traits have yet to be discovered, and their identities are not fully fleshed out. It could be said that their inner magic has yet to mature. Consider human equivalency. It takes a long time for one's sense of self to be actualized. Some people experience this at an age earlier than others. Some people don't truly figure it out and are always pursuing a greater understanding of who they are. Cutie marks are a representation of a pony's inner magic. Any pony in Equestria, whether Earth Pony, Pegasus, or Unicorn, seems to have an inherent quantity of inner magic. Take a look at what happens when T-Rex steals a pony's magic. Poof, gone. It's like siphoning off one's chi, or spiritual energy. With no more spirit, there is no outward representation of that spirit, and hence, no mark. Ponies don't necessarily know what their cutie marks mean. Take a look at Troubleshoes. This dude got his cutie mark as a colt, but never fully realized its meaning until long into adulthood. Another example is Diamond Tiara. Most of her childhood was spent misinterpreting her cutie mark as bossing ponies around. Reframing and recontextualizing, thanks to the Cutie Mark Crusaders, allowed her to see it wasn't the markings of a vain baroness who used wealth and influence to rule with an iron hoof, but as a compassionate leader who uses her resources as a benefit, rallying others to join worthy causes. So I guess after her reformation, she would not be fit as a politician anymore. Cutie marks can be stolen. Thanks to everyone's favorite lilac girl failure, we know they can be torn off a pony's flank and trapped in a cage. But what about affecting speech?
I can't even make countryisms no more.
If a cutie mark is merely an outward manifestation of the inner magic a pony possesses, surely even when it is stolen, there is still some magic left within the pony? I assert that it's not just that she has her cutie mark taken, but it was replaced, and this equal symbol carries magic of its own. If cutie marks are a reflection of one's personality or sense of uniqueness, Starlight's equal sign would have been designed as a suppressant to diminish one's identity. Applejack's distinct way of speaking must be so ingrained in her sense of self that a magic seal like this would indeed directly affect her verbiage. The takeaway here is that the cutie mark is able to be separated from a pony and is able to exist physically, independently, on its own. Cutie marks are unique identifiers. If every pony has a different cutie mark, they could be used as an intrinsic ID card, or even worse, social security number.
Sir, what's your social security number? Sir?
Maybe it's not too far-fetched to think that they sign legal documents with it. Does this mean whenever a filly or colt discovers their cutie mark, they have to register it with the state of Equestria? Would this imply that there exists a bureau for cutie mark tracking? Could we then suppose there is a branch of crime associated with cutie mark fraud? Trying to break down equestrian government is certainly an arduous task. Then again, cutie marks may not be used for that purpose at all. I mean, imagine how stupid you'd look if you walked around with a barcode etched on your person. I retract my previous statement, Mr. Hitman, sir. Let's look at some other examples of cutie mark shenanigans. In Magical Mystery Cure, a magic spell gone wrong caused the main six to have their cutie marks switched. Now, they sing about how their destiny has now been changed since their cutie marks are different. However, from what Cheerily told us, a cutie mark doesn't really have anything to do with destiny, so what gives? Well, if a cutie mark is in fact a visual depiction of one's inner magic, then supplanting one on another pony would be like mixing personality traits. That would create this hybrid of two different individuals sharing a body, perhaps with a corrupted sense of self. One half seems to know where the pony belongs and what skill a pony is good at, while the other half seems to recognize that something is amiss with this combination. Another example is cutie pox. The disease causes a pony to be riddled with cutie marks, and ponies afflicted by the disease are, quote, forced
to perform all the talents that came with them,
unquote. We can again see that it is not a multitude of different destinies that are inundating a poor victim of this affliction, but it is a vast quantity of unnatural magic, overloading a pony like a fuse about to blow. One final example is a royal problem. Oh hey, it's you again. Glimmerhorse switches the cutie marks of Luna and Celestia, causing the two to be able to perform each other's magic. Like in Magical Mystery Cure, they didn't switch personalities, nor whole identities. On the one horse, you have inner Luna magic mixed with some Celestia cutie mark magic, and on the other, you have inner Celestia magic mixed with some Luna cutie mark magic. Like oil and water, the two types of magic are able to exist in a singular vessel together, but won't actually mix. From the facts laid before us, we can finally ascertain that a cutie mark is a distinct magical entity outwardly indicating a singular pony's inner magic, which is itself a reflection of a pony's identity. That's right, I called up Merriam-Webster and actually added it to the dictionary. You're welcome. They appear as a young pony matures and grows, and the obtaining of one is treated as a coming-of-age moment. Cutie marks don't necessarily correlate to a predetermined destiny, occupation, or fate, only what makes them special. Hence, no ponies have the same cutie mark. Powerful magic can remove it, but not without a cost of causing harm to that pony. Cutie marks can exist separate of a pony, like a portion of one's self physically removed, but if a pony has inner magic drained from them, their cutie marks cease to exist. I think we learned a lot today. In fact, this may be the most complete lesson I've ever had the privilege of giving. With that, I'll take any questions or comments you may have on the subject before we close out another successful semester at whatever this place is I'm teaching at. Why do G4 ponies have cutie marks on both flanks, but G5 ponies only have cutie marks on one flank? That is a great question. You see, generations of social media brain rot sucked half the life out of G5 ponies, okay? Class dismissed. Go away.